Let's do this.
Okay, so all
Yeah.
right, so what is going on, you guys? So I just wanted to, Chevy and I are here just to explain something very simple yet very powerful about moon water and collecting it. The water, oh, is it green? It looks green. Okay, so what we have here, it looks, I don't, okay,
It's
whatever.
just the way that they're that phobic in there,
Oh,
that
okay. Well,
soil.
I think what it is reflecting off of this. So
And
it
that
appears
too.
to be
Yeah.
green, but it's actually reflecting off of this. So I'm here with Chevy, and we're going to be talking about the full moon in Libra and why we collected this water and what you can use this water for. Now, what Chevy is doing right now, we have the familiar spirit here in the middle. And he's basically feeding it. I'm gonna let him talk about this part because I'm not really well versed in familiar spirits, but I do know this is how you feed it. Okay, so I'm not really sure why he did this, so I'm gonna let him talk about that a little bit. Why are you doing this?
Well, it's just like that. Literally, is just to put good juju into these containers. I mean, because basically what we're doing is we're taking these containers of waters. They all have certain stones in them. All of them, some of them have spells in them. Some of them just have certain properties. We're going to be laying this outside, of course, to get that full moon energy. But also being that there's a storm, some of these jars are actually going to be sitting out there with the storm. When the storm starts around here, it's going to be like 1 a.m. or so here for us. So basically that's the reason why. So what we're doing is just kind of clearing the energy out, making sure that these I'm sorry guys, I'm having a little malfunction here. making sure that the containers here are just basically ready for the ceremony. I mean, just receiving that moon energy. I mean, because we really want to make sure that certain properties. I mean, if you can hear the breakdown Chante just gave to me about certain things, I mean, I just like the way she put it. So that's the reason why we're going live in the first place, to kind of give you guys the explanation that we've been, talking about here. Like, what's powerful about this.
Okay, so first thing I want to explain to you is why is this? What is a Libra? What is Libra? What does it represent? Libra is, we all know Libra is the seventh house. It represents our close relationships, our friends, our associates, business partnerships, relationships, marriage. Our brothers and sisters, anybody you are in close relation to. Libra rules relating. Okay, it also rules the justice system. Okay, so a lot of you out there have court cases. I mean, this is anything involving the justice system: court cases, probation, parole. If you have traffic tickets, if you have a child support cases going on, custody cases, anything involving the law. If you have been pulled over and you got to fine, whatever, anything involving laws or the justice system, this is what this water is for. And because it's a full moon, something has to be acknowledged, ended, or adjusted. And this is what the full moon is for. You want to acknowledge something, end something, or adjust something. That smells. Ooh. Okay, so what we have here, we have several jars full of water, and each jar represents something different because we're going to use them in different spell work. Okay, so it's really hard to remember each property of each stone, so I'm going to do the best I can explaining that in each jar. I do know amethyst though, because I'm very well versed in that. This first jar here has amethyst in it. Okay, so we all know that amethyst is the sobriety stone. It's the stone. It's called the ultimate healer. Okay, so this right here is if you want to heal a relationship. If you are in a relationship with a karmic, or somebody that you are in love with is in a relationship with a karmic, and you feel like you deserve that person, because we're dealing with karmic energy. Okay, anything karmic. If you want something and you feel like you should have it by any means necessary, we also have a jar for that. Okay, but this jar right here is for like healing a relationship that you feel like should be healed. If it's a marriage, if your marriage is going down the drain, if it's the chemistry, whatever the case may be that's making your marriage stagnant or just dissatisfying, this is what this water here is for. The full moon in Libra. Okay, so if you want to fix that relationship, you have to acknowledge the problem first. That's the full moon. You have to acknowledge the problem is there, and then you have to fix it. You have to acknowledge it and then end it. Okay, so you're going to be wanting to consume this. All right, so we also have this water here. Now I know Chevy put Hi John. He got some dice in there. Is that citrine?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he has Hi John, citrine, and he has dice in this one. So basically, this jar here is about money.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so and
just to brag, them rings is in there come from two powerful ass witches, both of them being millionaires and actually got their rings. So it's an honor to be able to have those items, man.
Yeah, and that is actually what what's in this. That's actually moonstone in the rings. If you can see that is a moonstone. Okay, moonstone is good for new beginnings, starting anything new. Yeah. So this water right here is if you want money by any means necessary. If you want to rob, I'm not giving you no ideas. I'm not giving you ideas. I'm just saying. Like if you need the bag and you can't play fair at this time, you drink this water first. You take a shot of this before you commit any crimes or anything like that.
And both of the witches that these rings come from, these are females. And both of them were gangsters in their own right. One actually played on the black. I mean, just the energy itself. So it's just crazy with that, Just like yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think what Chevy did, I think he just rubbed the jars down with urine. Is that what that is?
No. Well, it's actually a plant mixture. Like
okay.
There's something that's inside of them, and there's something that's on the outside of them. It's a form of soil. And it has a bad, it has a certain odor to it. And everything. But I mean, the thing about it, guys, is that there's this property in soil. It's hard to get to. It's hard to find. There's only certain soils that have a high abundance of it. But this substance is the things that allow inorganic things to become organic. So when you add this substance to, basically to a situation like this, you're just making sure you bring. I mean, we want the properties that are in the stones. But the thing about the stones is that the stones themselves are inorganic, containers. They are inorganic substances, are items. So one of the tricks to really bring into life those properties, those spiritual properties of them, is adding something like one of those soils in small amounts. And even though they have a pungent scent, it does really help with bringing those properties out, basically. So High John, that's a even though that's a little different because it is an organic stone, but citron, the moonstones, the labradorites, the hematites, and all the other stones that we have present here. I mean, there's a lot of things that are inorganic, and so we want to make sure those properties are expressed in the most lively way possible, in the most organic way possible, because that's what we as people can assimilate is organic things. So we're always, as root workers, keeping that in mind, like playing around with things that are that crossroads, that line between life and death. So that's one of the ways, making sure I rub things down with that before I go set it out there in that moon energy, just to make sure it's truly absorbed and that we're getting that life from it, that we are getting that life absorbing, energy.
And I wanted to touch on something here, but with this High John, like I want you guys to realize something, and Chevy made this very clear to me. When you use High John, understand that it is a trap root. Mm-hmm. So you are literally hexing yourself. So I mean, there's nothing wrong with loving money. I'm not gonna lie, I love money. Let's just be real. Everybody, we love money, right? So if you want the bag and you want to get that bag by any means necessary, know that you are going to be trapped in that scenario. So like I'm just telling you, do what you do, but I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna use High John in your spell word, know that it's a trap root. So like you're gonna be trapped in that situation, and it's like if you don't know how to extricate yourself, I wouldn't play with that. I'm just saying.
Absolutely.
Okay, I want to talk about this jar now. Actually, I want to talk about this one. Let's wait for this one. I want to talk about this. This is the actual spell that we're doing for a client with a court case, and that it's ongoing, and it's kind of like they're giving her the runaround. So this is, I'm not really sure what Chevy did to this shit right here, but she's going to have to drink this. I don't know what the, I mean, what's it? Okay, you go with this in this shit. What's it?
It's basically the spell that has certain properties like mustard seed, guys. One of the most important things in that right there, mustard seeds. As simple as it seems, as easy as it is to get, understand mustard seeds when it comes to court work is powerful. I've actually done mustard seed work on behalf of clients who are ordering products because of a court situation, and just did the work on the side for them, because that's how powerful it is. I mean, mustard seeds really do, just research it. Look at it, who do and what mustard seeds are capable of. There's tons of information out there about that. I mean, and it's true. It actually does help you. You just got to know how to use it. This is one of the best things. I mean, it's one thing to put it in your pocket. It does work that way as well when you walk in the courtroom. But more importantly, have you been consuming the spell? Have you been embodying what it is that you need to happen? Before that's one of the things you're supposed to prep yourself, especially when you have that time, a week or so in time. And that's why a lot of people, with the Jesus juice, kind of help prep faster. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's all kinds of little tricks of the trade, but at the end of the day, you want to take as much time as possible. Like, this is something that she's going to be consuming, this particular individual, over the course of 2 weeks. Right. Just to make sure that, things are in play. So when she goes in that courtroom, she's able to knock that right out the water, or not go to the courtroom at all. Like, we're really just trying to dissolve that case altogether. So,
And if you can't afford to buy Jesus juice, because it's, I mean, it is pricey, but I mean, that just expedites everything when you have that Jesus juice. But if you can't afford to buy Jesus juice, you can make the moon water and it works. But you really have to catch the timing.
Yeah.
So the thing about Jesus juice is it can be taken at any time. But if you're using the moon, you really have to know the moon, you have to know the phases, and you have to know the signs and what those signs represent, how those are going to affect your energies. Okay, so this is like a little shortcut if you don't have the Jesus juice. Okay, so this works great. I'm trying to see what else I want to talk to you guys about. I'm trying to see what else I can remember.
The moonstones
okay,
right
this
there.
is the moonstone water. Okay, like I said, this is for new beginnings. So this is kind of a contradiction because we do have, it's a full moon, but the moonstone is for new beginnings. So it's almost like if you want to end something amicably, this is the water that you would drink prior to doing that. So like if you want to break up with somebody without them flipping out, if you want to end a divorce, if you want to ask for a divorce, if you want to file for divorce and you want it to go smoothly, this is the water that you would drink for that. You would consume this water beforehand, before you go there, and then there you go.
Absolutely.
What's in this one?
That's the protective one. You got your hematite.
So this, this is hematite. We have hematite in this one, and we have tiger's eye. So this is a protective. This is now this is like to protect the shit that you've ended. Like now, if you really just hate somebody's guts, like now we have that. Now remember, we have the full moon in Libra, so it's about relationships. It's about the court system, justice system, fairness, karmic energy, all of that. Absolutely. Close relationships, associations, business partners. So like if you ended a partnership or you ended a relationship and you never want to see this person again and you want to get rid of them, you will consume this probably on a daily basis for 2 weeks straight. Okay, like if you want to end, if you're done with someone and you just want it to be over and you're done, you're for good. But if you're not really done with them, if you're just like tricking yourself into thinking that, if you really want to be done with somebody, this is what you will consume prior to.
Absolutely.
All right.
Wow.
So, I mean, we have 6 jars here, but you can make as many as you want to, as much water as you have. I mean, you can use it. All right. Yeah. So, yeah, we just wanted to come. It says Gemini in the house. Hello from Los Angeles. What's up? All right. So, do you guys have any questions before we go? Because, like, I'm pretty much done. It's pretty very simple video.
Simple. But I hope they see like that combination of astrological master and juju guys. Like it's really when you bring those two worlds together, it helps out a lot. Like what me and Chante are presenting to people is an ability to take your placements, your birth right, the things that were your placements in your birth chart, and actually make sure that whatever it is that you're supposed to be moving in direction wise, we can help you do that. Right. And and the reason why is because we do understand timing. So we're doing all these things at the right time. It's like it's all about timing with us. And together we're able to really capture energetically the things that like when it comes to these spells, like really get those things. I've admired the results, the success rates just through the roof. I mean, it's people who aren't even doing things all the way right are still getting results because they're moving in the right direction. And that's something that astrology does for you. That's something that only Astro Queen, like the way she breaks things down, has really helped me help other people get things done, like just moving in the right direction. Because it's like I know how to control the juju, but as far as moving in the direction that you truly needed as an individual, that's something that only a great diviner can give to you, like somebody that can really give you like, this is where you're supposed to be doing, and then here's the juju to move in that direction. So that's what we offer. Right. So this is just a something that as simple as it seems, guys, super powerful. And in the middle here we do have a familiar spirit. We got the horseshoes, like the basic simple things that from a hoodoo standpoint we understand that like just drawing like good luck to the spell, like this is the spell.
Okay, so
all the other stuff is just to help draw good luck to what we're doing. Yes.
Okay, so this person, I'm sorry, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, Latinance. I'm sorry, I'm can't read. It says, so what type of water are you using? Just regular water? I like purified water, sorry, but I wasn't in the beginning of the live. Okay, so this is distilled water, actually.
Yes.
So this is the kind of water we're using. Does it really matter?
Yeah, it does. Because, you really don't want to be using no purified. They be putting a lot of weird shit in the purified water, guys. Distilled water it's just at 0 point energy. Like, it's literally just level. Like, like there's nothing. It's one of the beautiful things is that it's going to catch the energy that you put it in. So if you put it in that new moon energy, it easily absorbs those things. One of the reasons why you should even... Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry, he said, is it okay to use alkaline water? That was my next question, too.
I think, yeah, it is. Because at least they're not putting any crazy chemicals in the alkaline water. It's just, they're just putting probably inorganic stones in it to raise the alkalinity most of the time, but that's fine because most of these stones in these containers are inorganic. So like it that doesn't work. I mean, that doesn't hurt at all.
Right.
I would even say the only reason why I would say watch out for the mineral water, or not the mineral water, but the what's the water that comes from the like the stuff that's supposedly really good, the mountain water.
Spring water.
Spring water, yeah. The only thing about the spring water, guys, is that a lot of times it's water out of the sink. So you have to watch some of these companies because they're really doing some foul shit with that water. I trust distilled water more because at least you can program it. You can get it home. You can add the right properties to it, and then you can put it outside. You can do whatever you need to do to it so that you feel safe drinking. Like if you're that serious about water, it's just one of those things that you can do. But spring water, a lot of times, guys, I mean, when you test the pH of those things, it's clear that it's not coming from the spring. Like some of that water is contaminated. Some of it's just literally coming out of people's faucets, and they're just
Okay, now you asked where can you buy the good stones. Now we're in Georgia. We go. I mean, you can. The thing about when you buy a stone, you still have to kind of like bless it, I guess, so to speak. You kind of have to clear the energy. Like you can't just buy a stone and use it. Never ever do that. Never just go to a store, buy a stone, and start using it. You have to clear the energy. You have to bless the stone, all that shit. So we live in Atlanta, so we go to a store called Phoenix and Dragon. They sell stones. I mean, you can pretty much get stones anywhere, but you have to clear the energy of that stone before you use it in your spell work. Please, that's like eating dirty fruit. Like you're not gonna just go to a store and just eat the fruit. You're gonna wash it off first and all that good shit. So you want to do the same thing in your magic. I'm sorry.
And it's interesting that you mentioned urine, like about earlier. She was saying that about wiping it down because just how strong that soil was. But just so you guys do know, when it comes to urine. Collecting your urine at 3 in the morning, 3:33 a.m. Very powerful stuff when it comes to the thing about that substance is that it's something that can play a protective role in hoodoo. So like in hoodoo, it's used as something that kind of protects you. Because and the reason why they're just taking it back to the womb. I mean, they're just recognizing the fact that when a baby's in that amniotic sac, the amniotic fluid that is floating around in is, 90% urine. I mean, that's mostly what it is. So it's a protective substance in those environments where, you're just in the, in the spiritual warfare. Like, because when you look at what the immune system's trying to do to a baby in a mother's body, it's a spiritual warfare going on. And that baby's doing a lot of tricks to keep itself alive. Like if you actually get, and one of the things that protects us is that substance. So when you use that, just basically, rubbing your stuff down, like you're getting new stones, dropping in some urine that you urinated at 3 in the morning, 3:33. That is the stuff that's not just most protective. It's one of those time periods where your urine is actually capable of taking something and really transcending. Like if it's energy that's negative in the stone that's connected to it, it can dissipate that. It can get rid of it and get it out of your vicinity. Because that's a time of release. It's one of the times where the veil is at its thinnest. It's a time where energy actually escapes.
Oh, you got another question.
Yeah.
Okay, so Savannah had a good question. Savannah says, so can I take an alkaline bottle from Trader Joe's and set it out under the moon tonight or tomorrow? You can set it out, Savannah, if the bottle is made of glass.
Yeah,
you don't want to ever use plastic when you're collecting, because when plastic gets too heated up, it's toxic. Yeah, you actually don't even want to drink water out of plastic bottles. That's another conversation, but you can actually transfer the alkaline water to a glass jar and you're good. You do not want to cover your glass jars with metal or anything that cannot absorb the energy. Like you can use like a coffee filter or anything that can breathe. You don't want to cover it up with something that's not absorbent. It's not going to absorb the full moon energy if it's covered with like metal and shit. All right. So another question, it says I registered for blah blah blah. Okay, so is that a question? It says Coca-Cola and other water brands, hell, most even label as spring water use the same water from your tap. Exactly. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, so yeah. I mean, this is really simple, you guys. Like, don't use plastic. Use something that's absorbent. So cover it with a coffee filter, whatever you need to do. Just don't use anything. And you want to use something that's organic. I always say use plastic because it absorbs UV rays. All right, so like ever want to use plastic ever? Don't even drink your water out of plastic bottles, yo. That shit is so toxic. It says, "Oh," she said, "Oh my Lord, I have babies and I have been drinking that brand. They have plastic bottles. No, don't do it, and don't give it to your kids." Okay, like y'all I'm about to go off on y'all. Can you clean your crystals with your urine too?
Absolutely, but that was what I was basically saying, is that you should, if you don't have any understanding of other substances you could use, I would use that. I mean, it's one of the one things that's truly going to protect you. You know,
that's
like,
a good question. That's a real good question,
yes.
Marcia. Yeah, that's
Yes.
a great question. Yeah, you can clean your crystals with urine. I would say something to you guys, but I feel like y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready for your information yet. We'll talk about urine another time because it's too deep for y'all.
Yeah, it's
Let me see. Okay, so if you guys don't have any more questions, because it says, "What healthy water out with the glass?" Okay, she says, "What healthy water out with glass bottles?" If y'all know. Oh, what's healthy water with glass bottles? Okay, so there is a oh my God, I forget. There is a water brand that sells their water in glass bottle. I believe it's called MOSS.
yeah.
Moss. It has like a gray top, but you don't get that much, and it's really expensive. What I would recommend doing is getting water and then transferring that water to a glass jar.
And let me
It's
show 'em
very
something.
rare that you see water sold out of glass, because they are aware that it's, again, I think Moss has the glass jars, but it's rare that you find water sold out of glass
And look at this.
jars.
This is what you do when you start buying. If you know you can't help but get water out of plastic containers, even when you're dealing with distilled water, guys, out of the plastic containers of Walmart stuff, at the end of the day, get you some of this. Get you these
Moringa.
moringa seeds, man. Like, seriously. Moringa seeds
That shit is a
will
miracle. Fucking.
eat. I mean, it literally will destroy those negative properties that's coming from the plastics, from the toxic like fumes in the air, everything with the water. I mean, they are really.
Show them how to crack them, Chevy. Like, you have to crack them open. Like, this is how the seed looks, you guys, but you have to crack it open. Chevy's gonna show you how it looks when it's cracked. So when you order these, you gotta crack them.
Let me see.
And you put this in your water, and it kind of eliminates those properties, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a white seed. The Ethiopian moringa seeds are the best. I mean, if you can get a hold of those, I mean, it's kind of hard, but the Ethiopian moringa ones are the best. But these here, the typical moringa seeds, you find in India, you find them in West Africa. These work very well as well. I mean, they're easier to get. This stuff will really clean your water out. You can just set them in those containers, set those seeds in there with it, just crush them up into a powder, set it in there, and just basically twirl it up, guys. I mean, just shake the water up, let it sit, shake it up again, let it sit, filter it out.
Where do you get moringa? Where do you get the moringa from?
You can order it online. I mean, it's something that there's a lot of vendors out of Florida. There's a lot of vendors from West Africa, India, a lot of vendors in more tropical climates that grow moringa, Jamaica, like all kinds of places where you can actually get the seeds from. Just look it up online, like moringa seeds, like wholesale moringa seeds. There's all kinds of places. Very good for your water.
All right, so we're gonna go, guys, because like we have wine to drink and shit to do. It says I buy Vox water and save my jars. I also buy juice in glass jars. And that's a really good idea.
Yeah.
Where did you get yours? You made the moringa seeds. Where did we get the moringa seeds? I believe Chevy ordered those online.
Shit, I think I got it from I actually got mine from some African company. I mean, guys, I cannot remember their name. I don't forget. I mean, but please, like, dang. What was the name of
Savannah said, "Is there any good wholesale herb stores that ship?"
They're shipping. You know what? To be honest with you, your best bet is Mountain Rose. Mountain Rose is a herb store that everyone's pretty much familiar with. It's hard to get a lot of things from them guys, so they run out very fast. And so you just really have to start. I mean, it's taken me over a decade to really kind of get my vendors, and a lot of them you have to catch. Like, I got a guy that I get purple sea moss from, and it's literally an auction type situation. Like, you got like 5-10 minutes to get your order in. When he has that stuff, it's going like 5-10 minutes. So a lot of these things are hard to get. You got to really know how to get on those auction floors and get this stuff.
Okay, so Jasmine said, "Can you charge water under the full moon without a stone and just intention?" Absolutely. Absolutely. You don't need anything. Hey guys. So yeah, you don't need a stone. You don't have to put anything in the jar whatsoever. All you need to do is no, okay. So all you need is the proper moon. You have to know what type of energy. First of all, you have to know the signs and what those signs represent, what energy they represent, and that's all you need. If you know astrology, if you know the signs somewhat, so you don't want to be collecting full moon water and you're trying to start a new business. That's a no. So you got to know what the hell you're doing. Know what moon phase is in and what the water's going to do, what sign is in, all that. So you want to look at the phase and the sign that it's in. So you don't have to put anything in the jar at all. Just put the water outside. But know what the hell you're doing with that water. You don't try to please just educate yourselves. Because I can't explain everything right now. But
yeah, I mean, and I think people should look at it as that this is really taking it to is we're trying to make sure that we want to make sure there's certain properties in it, in the one thing is that your intentions, of course, can do it. I mean, that's how ideas are things are the things are made of, it's ideas. But at the end of the day, you also it's kind of like just like even when you do a spell, you're not going to be thinking about it all the time, so you do it a certain way so that there can be a subconscious trigger all the time. This trigger that's basically got it going all the time. So that's the reason why you're doing certain things, so that those triggers can take place. Those things are basically, in a sense, being thought of, and attention's being paid. Something, basically you're paying attention. You paying.
Right.
So.
So I like all you guys right now should get a jar and set it outside tonight. Okay, so the full moon is going to be from tonight to tomorrow morning. So get your damn jar, take it outside, even if it's only an ounce. It doesn't matter. You only need a shot. Yeah. That's all you need. Whatever, you only need a shot of it. Take that shit outside, put it under the full moon, cover it up because you don't want bugs and shit in it. Please do another live for this. Why would I do that? This video is going to be saved. I don't think I'm going to do that. But like I said, take your jar, take it outside tonight, right now, when this video is over. Mm-hmm. If you have these type of issues, take it outside. You don't need a big jar. You can put it you can even use a glass bowl. Absolutely. If you have nothing else, use a glass bowl and cover that shit with plastic wrap. Take it outside, put it on the full moon. In the morning, wake up, drink it. Do your spell work. All right. So I'm trying to see. Yeah, okay, I wish all right, so we're
it's a very powerful tool, you guys. It's easy to do and it works. It's powerful.
Okay, thank you, Olga. Oh, absolutely. We're going to be doing a lot more videos like this, you guys. So we'll be back. Thanks for watching. All right, bye.
Peace.